Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope all of you are doing well. Hope everyone's having has had a great weekend as this weekend is coming to a close. I hope everyone had a good one and hopefully you guys did some fun and amazing things. Maybe play some great video games and watch some great movies. So tonight's video, or depending on when you're watching this, so it could be today's today morning video, I don't know, whatever part of the day you're watching this. This video is going to be a video game haul. Got a nice decent stack of stuff to show you guys, so let's get right into it. So I have recently traded in my Nintendo Switch. I don't play it, it's just collecting dust, and decided to trade it in and pick up some games that I wanted to add to my collection. Games for the Genesis, Super Nintendo, NES, and PlayStation 4. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So we're going to start off with two Sega Genesis games that I picked up. The first one being The Jungle Book. I've never actually played this one. I've played Aladdin, I've played The Lion King, but The Jungle Book is definitely one I have not played, so I don't know what to expect. But I am very happy to pick that one up. Then I picked up um, NBA Jam. Now, I do already have this complete, but my copy is an autograph copy, and I don't know if it works. I haven't tried it, but I wanted to basically, because it's autographed, have it more as a um, kind of a display type of thing and just buy a copy that I can play. So, love this game. Probably one of my favorite sports games of all time. NFL Blitz is one of my favorite football games of all time. So, I can't wait to revisit this one. Next is Ren and Stimpy's. Uh, what is this? Vidi Vidiots, I believe, for the Super Nintendo. Um, I believe there are a total, I think, of three Ren and Stimpy games for the Super Nintendo. I could be wrong on that, but I do believe there's at least three. Um, I think the other two are on more of the expensive side, but I am very happy to finally pick this one up. Um, I would like to eventually get all the Nickelodeon based video games on the Super Nintendo, at least the ones that were available. And I've also been kind of looking at a lot of the Disney video games like DuckTales, Tailspin, and things like that, and the Looney Tunes. So yeah, I'm excited to give that one a play. I've played one of them, I just don't know which one, so I don't really know what to expect. Um, I may have played this one, but I don't really have any memory when it comes to which game I played. And then for the NES, I picked up Double Dare. Such a fun game. It's basically what you see on what you grew up with and watched on television. This is basically kind of the same thing. You get these questions, you got to answer them, then you can do these little mini games, and then at the end you do the obstacle course, which is pretty cool. It is a two-player game, I believe. So if you're looking to play with friends or family, you can do so. And yeah, it was really cool that they took that concept and created well, I wouldn't say created a video game, but created it into a video game uh, version. I know another game like that was Guts, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's it on the retro games. Now we're going to get on to the PS4 games. Even though I think at some point they're going to be considered retro, but I think a lot of times it has to be like over 20 years, and we're not quite there yet with the PS4. So it just really depends on what you decide to call it. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. So let's start off with this one. This is a disc only uh, game, but it's medieval. I remember playing the PlayStation version way back in the day, and I think I remember playing a demo of it as well. And it's a fun game. I'm gonna be honest. It's you walk around, kind of a hack and slash type of game. It's pretty entertaining and goofy in such a cartoonish way. So I am so glad to finally have that. Next is Nio. Never played it, but I've heard some pretty good things, and from what I've seen gameplay wise, it looks like it's going to be a fun one. And then the next two I picked up are Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. I believe these are like, set in the Lord of the Rings universe. Um, do not quote me on that, but these games I've heard good things, and they're what's interesting is they're not really expensive games. I mean, these were both five apiece, so I really think that's not too bad. But yeah, I'm very happy to pick these up, and I cannot wait uh, to start playing them. The next one here is a wrestling game that I've actually been on the hunt for quite a while, but could never really find this anywhere. I think at one point I found it at a GameStop and I passed on it because at that time the price wasn't really what I wanted to pay. And the next time I went back, it was gone, and I've been on the hunt ever since. But thankfully, the retro game store that I have in town um, had it, and that is Fire Pro Wrestling World. I've played this so far, and it's very difficult. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to just make it a little bit easier for me. But I've played one of the Fire Pro Wrestling games for the PlayStation 2. That one was really entertaining, and I like the style of what they went with on this game. And the great thing is you can actually get characters to put into the game. You can play some really cool matches, and it's just a really creative way when it comes to, excuse me, a wrestling game. So yeah, very happy with that. Excuse me, guys. I just ate dinner not too long ago. Next, we have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Um, Probably one of my favorite franchises. I grew up watching the X Games. Skateboarding was one of my favorite things to get into. Bob Burnquist being my favorite pro skater of all time. And I remember playing the demo for the first game and spending countless hours performing tricks and grinds, me and my brother and some friends. And then when the game came out, I wasn't aware of it, that it was like $20. Got it at Toys R Us and played it nonstop. Same with the second Moot game. When that came out, got that and played that nonstop. So, um, can't wait to eventually play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. And I do think they're going to eventually redo all his games, which I'm excited for because I would love to see updated versions of what is it, Underground. I know there's two games in that series, so yeah, that's going to be a fun one. All right, picked up a couple wrestling games now. I am currently playing WWE 2K25, but I do like to go back to some of the older wrestling games. So, like digitally, I have 2K25, 24, 20, and 19 and 18. Some of them I go back to, others not so much. But I wanted to go back to this one, and that is 2K22. There's a lot of wrestlers on the roster that I wanted to play as, like Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Swerve Strickland, who was under the name Isaiah Swerve Scott. So, yeah, I wanted to go back and play those. Wrestlers and just kind of have fun with it. And for some reason this game just seems so smooth for the PS4, like just everything about it, ranging from just executing your finisher move to just how the way the wrestler moves to the entrances. I don't know what it is, but just on the PS4 it just seems to be so smooth. So uh, very happy to pick that one up. And then I also picked up 2K17, which is a fun one. This has The Dudleys, this was kind of their return back before they took a break and then came back with the most recent 2K24 and then follow up in 2K25. You also have the New Age Outlaws, which I think is the first time since, well, not for this, but it's going to be the first time, well, I wouldn't say first time, but they're going to be in WWE 2K25, the next DLC pack. This will be their return since 2K17. Now Road Dogg is in 2K22, I believe, as a legend. So to see him return in the most recent one is going to be pretty cool. But yeah, I just been wanting to go back and revisit a lot of these, play as some of the wrestlers that are not with the company anymore, and just the story modes and things like that. So yeah, that was a nice pickup there. And then the last one here is also a disc-based game, and that is Werewolf: The Apocalypse Earthblood, which seems pretty cool. This is kind of similar in the style of games like Infamous or Prototype. You go after your enemies, but there's more to it. You can transform into a werewolf. There are moments where you have to turn into like a full wolf, an actual wolf, to go into like AC unit shaft units and stuff like that. I wouldn't say AC, but like those metal shaft units that you have to kind of crawl through. And then of course, you have that form, and then you have your werewolf form, and just really gory and bloody, and yeah, it seems to have an interesting story as well. So there you have it. Those are the games that I picked up. Not a bad selection. I think the selection is pretty good. I do need to eventually get replacement cases for all the PS4 games, and then eventually get the actual cases for the two disc-based. And then there's a company called Video Games Cases.com. They specialize, of course, on all cartridge-based games. You can pick the style of case you want. You can pick the style of artwork you want. So eventually I want to do that for all my cartridge-based games. And yeah, so it'll make everything look a lot cleaner and nicer. And eventually when I do get a better graphics card, I will be recording content and then uploading that to my gaming channel. So only time will tell, but not a bad selection. If you played any of these, let me know what your thoughts are down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Film Talk with Mikey. And till next time, guys, have a good one. And I know what you're going to say. Why video games on a movie channel? Well, it's not technically a movie channel. Well, it is. But anything that focuses on film, which video game has cutscenes that's still film in some way, anything film related gets put on the channel. For anybody who might end up commenting on that, I just wanted to point that out. But thank you guys so much. Have a good one. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.